So this study came out that said that poorer men, like bigger breasts, and richer men like smaller breasts.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because you fancy yourself a big man.
I'm not.
No, you're a Gazumba man. You know,
I'm not like the fucking.
Now that you find out that it's a poor man's,
I will say that I read this study, or not. I read the study, but I read the article, and I would say that I'd like to see this not done in the study not done in Asia.
Well,
it's bad sample size, I feel like.
But they used white women, they said.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But they
said they did it normally.
It's Malaysian men, though.
They said they did it with men there. They didn't say that they were all of one ethnicity, but they used the same ethnicity of women, and they were white.
Yeah. But it was Malaysia. That was done in Malaysia, so I assume it's Malaysian men.
Yes, well, but I think that if you think about it, it seems to make some sort of sense because it's sort of the same way that, there's poor people that want like fancy watches and gold chains and stuff to sort of prove that they have money.
Yeah.
It's a confident.
Oh, you're saying it's just a status thing.
Or something like that.
They are. I mean, I will say that in places like Malaysia, status is huge.
You're saying that there's also a thing where they're harder to come by over there, the big ones. Maybe
for sure, dude. I mean, like if I can't speak for Malaysia, I've never been there, but I've been very close in like Thailand and stuff, and like it's they're.
Well, I was thinking about this.
That is a jugless society.
I've never seriously dated in my life a girl with big boobs.
Interesting.
Not one single time.
I
made it past like a sort of dating a little bit or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not my thing, and I get bored.
I've been all over the map.
Now you like him at beginning, you'll, and then by the end, by 3 months in, you go, okay.
Going through the motions of the
You're just going
mode.
through the motions. You go. So
that is
what I like. So I like, slender girl, no tits, massive dick.
Dude, sounds like you should go to Thailand, man. That is fucking. You're gonna all you can eat buffet. By the way, we have a couple studies this week, and I gotta say, do scientists, when you get into science, think this is what your life is gonna be like?
No, you're not gonna be doing boob studies, but you're thinking of it the opposite. Imagine you have a job as a scientist, and then you go, "Can I do a study on fucking titty sizes?"
Yeah.
And then they give you the funding.
Yeah, you get the funding. Some government funds your, and then
you're living life.
And you go, "What about this one?"
266 men they did, low, medium, and high status, and the rich boys go, I don't need that's for poor, the plebeians. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'll take. They like the sort of slender supermodel look, whereas the poor guys they go, I want a gazumba.
Yeah, I want the big jugs,
titties, because they're stupider. Yeah, it's a high. You know what it is? I just put my finger on it. It's the small titties and educated man's titty.
That's an educated man's titty. Well, I wonder if because they didn't say education, they said specifically well.
You know how it's like sugary meals where it's if you're just a fat slob, you just want the most sugary meals, and what do you like? I just want a bowl of ice cream. Whereas if you're sort of a connoisseur of food, what you'd want is a really nice small portion.
Yeah.
Whereas I would consider myself like a connoisseur of, and you go, you can't trick me by just putting a big.
Yeah, you're saying you want to go to the place where it's like they bring out like the entree and it's like a plate this big and it's like one pea with like a little like line of a sauce.
But it's the best pea you've ever tasted.
Absolutely.
It's a delicacy of a pea.
Yeah. It's like comes on like a spoon and it's like smoking.
So that's me as a, high class sort of,
Yeah.
What I do is I put my one monocle on and I sort of inspect the titty.
Okay. Now another question back to the study. So you do the study, you get the information.
Okay.
Now what?
You put the article out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is this not meant to just we go, all right, we got that, and now we know?
I think a lot of this stuff probably comes from like university people that just have tons of, they got to do these studies, they get their funding, and it's sort of it's like a wash. Like no one gains anything by any of this stuff. However, some of this stuff does, where I'll tell you where this stuff becomes applicable, is advertising. So for example, if you were advertising to men, pictures of women in their advertising on the internet, you might show smaller titties to the rich guys like me when you're advertising Rolexes. And if you're advertising like a bowl of fucking slop from a trough for people like you.
The girl with big jugs.
Yeah. So that's the kind of, stuff that you could use these studies
That is
for.
true. That is true. The world of marketing could
When you're advertising to, high class gentlemen like me, worldly elites.
Yeah. I like the idea of all these models with huge cans and they're like, I can't get any fucking good work anymore.
That's the thing.
It's all just fucking.
And then the last one that actually sort of goes against my theory with you is that hunger, it was showed that the hungrier the man, the bigger the titty they like. This is true.
I'm always hungry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's sort of, but you're not because you eat a lot, right? So you're always full because you've always just stuffed your fat face.
Yeah.
Do you find after you're done stuffing your fat face
that what?
That you like big titties less? Because this is the information. They said after the guys had a nice meal, they were, but when they're starving, they want a big set of gazumbas. But when they're done eating, they feel more back like an aristocrat like me.
Yeah, where I just want a nice flat-chested woman.
No, it doesn't need to be flat-chested. It's
just a smaller. No, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about breasts. I think more time thinking about food. To be honest, no, I honestly spend more time thinking about food than breasts.
Interesting.
Yeah, more of an ass man, to be honest. But yeah, I honestly think I spend
more dude's ass man.
Yeah, I am. I spend more time thinking about food than
and breasts. It does depend. What they haven't mentioned is the size of the girl on the titties, right?
Now,
because if you're a hungry man and you see a girl with big boobs and big titties, you might be like, that girl could cook me food.
Yeah.
That's where you do the thing. The girl's having sex with you from behind. You start making dump truck noises. Beep, beep, beep. Slap her ass, ride the wave. Stuff
I would also like to know because a lot of people they asked are the type of people on Instagram Live who are just like, please open. Like there's a lot of open please people. But like Malaysia has a very high population of Muslim people, so I wonder if they asked the Muslim people or they went to the non-Muslim.
I'm sure that super hard Muslims doesn't get to participate in their booby study.
Well, that's like fucking 75% of the population there.
Sure, maybe you're right, but I would like to think that if you were hardcore religious, enough that your wife's got, her face covered or whatever, you can't be like, all right, honey, you're not even allowed to leave the house. I'm going to do my boob study.
Someone knocks on your door. He goes, hi, I'm doing a study about breast size. And it's like 1 second. He comes back with just like a giant stone about to just run away. God damn it. These fucking people with their stones.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching that clip. If you want to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/theboyscast, where we have a new episode every week. 5 bones every week episode. Tons of episodes there now.
5 bones.
5 bones.
5 bones.
Support the boys.
It's $1.25 a week.